Hi everyone. Today we are going to be moving through anxiety. So a lot of times that feeling is really held in the chest, held in the legs. So we're going to be moving through a lot of gentle yoga postures to allow that to move up and out, or at least be able to sit with easier anxiety when it arises in the body. So let's go ahead and get started in child's pose. This child's pose will be a little bit different than the original. You'll walk the hands forward, and then gently, if it feels okay, clasping the hands into a fist. Allow the forehead to rest on the ground. Allowing the breath to flow organically here. Just taking into account the sensation of the body, the weight of the body on the ground. And allow yourself to be really heavy here. Energy associated with anxiety is often flighty, full of air. So really thinking of your body as the tether that keeps you grounded in this space. If your breaths feel shallow, heart may be racing, see if you can just breathe a little bit more three-dimensionally into the back body and belly here. Maybe rolling the forehead from side to side on the ground. Really holding the fists together, thumbs pressing in. Always options to stay in postures longer than IQ. But if you're ready, walking the hands, separating them, and moving into all fours into a tabletop position here. Allow the right hand to lift up, and then gently weave it down and under the left armpit so that the back of the shoulder and head maybe come to a pillow or the ground. Hips stacked over the knees, shoelace sides of feet rooting down, palm rooting down, coming in to thread the needle. And again, if deepening the breath feels challenging here, just focusing on the sensation of the body. Allowing the breath to be gentle. Palm, back of the right hand, shoelace sides of the feet rooting down. And when you're ready, bring that left hand in front of the face, gently unwinding and untwisting. Hand comes back down, switching sides. Left hand comes up. Exhale, weave it down and under. Walking that right hand forward maybe. And again, sitting the weight into the hips so that there's not too much pressure on the neck here. Gently rinsing out the spine with this twist. Coming up through center. Unravel once more. And then just sit back on the heels or in a seat and just pause. Maybe taking one hand to the chest, one hand to the belly. Sometimes it's hard for the mind to grow still, even if the body is still. So just noticing what a little bit of movement, a little bit of grounding feels like here. Maybe noticing the breath falling deeper down into the belly as you inhale. And exhaling out the mouth, let that go. And walk the hands forward. Tuck the toes, bend the knees, bring the feet to the wide edges of the mat or your space, and just allow the head to hang, maybe grabbing for opposite elbows, coming into a forward fold here. Deep bend in the knees to allow the weight of the spine and the head to spill out from the pelvic bowl gently. Maybe you sway here. Maybe you let gravity take the head, the crown of the head, and pull it closer towards the ground as the hips lift up towards the sky. Releasing the grip of the elbows and just switching sides here. And then release that grip and vertebra by vertebra, slowly rolling all the way up to a stand. Head coming last to stack on top of the shoulders. Bringing feet about hips width distance. Palms coming wide to face the front of wherever you're standing. Maybe if it's comfortable, bringing eyes to a close or soft gaze down towards the ground. We're going to take a few breaths, a few cycles of breath with some arm movement here. But just before we start, taking a moment again to pause and feel the weight of your body through your feet. Maybe shifting forwards and back, feeling the weight go into the heels and the toes, sides of the feet, side to side. Fingertips growing further towards the ground, crown of the head growing up towards the sky. And then just find that center of balance in the center of your feet where your arches are. Gentle bend in the knee to prevent any locking out of the knee joint. And then from here, on your next inhale, you'll sweep the arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Palms come together, exhale through heart center, push it down and away. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, release. Few more times like that at your own pace with your breath. Allowing the sweeping up of energy, of air around you, allowing that to pass through the body and then out again through the out breath, through the exhale. Last two. Last one. And then stand. Maybe a little lighter, a little taller. Gently bending the knees, safely making your way down onto your seat. Coming all the way onto the back, you can grab the backs of the thighs and roll down onto the spine. We're going to be moving into reclined pigeon. So a couple options. You can just place the foot on the ground, cross the right ankle over the left, and just allow this to be the position you take if you feel a stretch already. Maybe hands come down. If you're looking for a little bit more of a stretch here, more of an opening in the hip, you'll bring that left knee closer, hug the back side of the left hamstring, left thigh, and just allow the right knee to open. Being mindful that you're staying centered and you don't shift your weight all the way to the right. And maybe you gently rock side to side, feeling out the circumference of the body, or the dimensions of the body here. The base, the sacrum. And again, check in and feel into the breath. See if as you inhale, you can envision it traveling all the way down into the hip. And as you exhale, maybe the hip becomes more open, maybe the shoulders press closer to the ground. And nothing should feel strenuous here. Just allowing space in the body to be at peace. Gently switching sides when you're ready. Breathing here. Relaxing the space between the eyebrows. Maybe sighing the breath out through the mouth. And then slowly releasing that leg. Release both legs. And you're going to make your way onto your belly. So we're going to end the practice here. So if you choose or would like to take another position, you can feel free. But if you're joining me, I'll cue you through placing the forehead on the backs of the hands. Bend the knees and just windshield wiper the feet back and forth. Allowing again any release of anything else that you're holding on to in the low back and the hips. And then once you feel settled and balanced, allowing the forehead to rest on the hands fully. And again, just allowing the body to feel heavy here. Feeling as if you have a warm, nurturing, heavy, weighted blanket on top of you, if that feels resonant and comforting. And as you inhale, feeling the belly push the body away from the ground a little bit. And as you exhale, you just sink deeper. Allowing whatever is coming up in the mind to arise of its own volition, and then instead of trying to let it go or push it away, just allow it to be present with you as long as that feels okay. And when you're ready, making your way back up into a seat. Allowing that seat to be tall and easeful in whatever position that you've chosen. And just taking a moment here to be with the current state of affairs that are going on in and around the body. And just notice and compare that to when you first entered the space in the practice. When you're ready, blinking the eyes open and returning back into the moment and your day.